the game that we did that I got the most out of was probably the first war that we had with I was on the good side, there was a good side and a bad side, and I was on the good side at the very end when we all knelt down, and it was just like, it was cool to see the bad guy's expression, like what are they doing, why are they stopping, why are they kneeling down, and I think that's definitely the one I got the most out of.
I think my favorite part of this whole experience was noticing the reality of the Book of Mormon. Like it never really hit me before that these prophets were real people. My grandpa was actually the man who played the prophet Abinadi, and watching that, it really hit me that these were real people. They aren't just names in a book. It hit me like thinking about their family. Abinadi had a family. Like you could think of his wife like being his grandkid, thinking about what he stand for. This was his life he was giving up. He's not just a name in a book. He was a real prophet. He was a real person with a life that he gave up for this gospel, for us, so that we could have the Book of Mormon.
Well, what affected me the most was probably when they burned Abinadi. I was sitting in the back, so I couldn't really tell that it wasn't really him. And they took him and they bound him. First they were waving the fire around him, and I just thought, wave the fire around him, pretend that he was burned. And it lit on fire, and for a moment my heart just broke. Because I thought about how he was really the prophet, how he's preaching the word of God. And they were putting him to death for that.
I can hear you calling, like manna I am falling to fill your empty souls. Oh Israel, it's time to come home. Oh Israel, I am your survival, awaiting your arrival. I'm standing at the door. Oh Israel, turn from me no more. I am the bread, I am the fountain of life, your cloud by day and your fire by night. Oh, when will you come to the mountain and find the bush is still burning and Israel deliverance?
It was just a great camp, but the most important thing that I saw at the camp was lives changing. I saw kids come in here and at bad attitudes and kind of didn't really want to be here, and by the last day they were fully engaged and their entire countenance had changed and they had more light. And that was probably the coolest thing, was watching the kids as they watched the scriptures and seeing that look in their eyes as they were like, yeah, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. And then later watching them as they interacted with their friends and as they had more unity in their families and reached out to others. And it was just really cool to see that change in the youth.
Oh Israel, I am the oasis in all the higher places the world will never see. Oh Israel, come home to me. I am the bread, I am the fountain of life, your cloud by day and your fire by night. Tell me, when will you come to the mountain and find the bush is still burning and Israel, deliverance is mine. Oh Israel.
This has been such a great event. I love the Book of Mormon, and I have particularly loved seeing how so many great leaders in our stake have participated and shown their love for the Lord, and particularly the love for the youth, the tenderness. I've loved these Lehi and Sariahs. They're great people, the salt of the earth, who love the Lord. And I've seen them interact with the youth with gentleness and kindness, and so many times great inspiration of moments that I think that those youth will always cherish.
I've been in danger, I've walked a sinner's way. I've felt the weight when my weary head would bow. Then Jesus came and erased my every debt. And I know that I will never leave him now. He paid the highest price for me, and still he tells me I am free. But where would I ever wish to go? How could I leave the everlasting love he's shown? He paid the highest price for me, and still he tells me I am free. But where would I ever wish to go? How could I leave the everlasting love he's shown? So as I live in this wild and wondrous world, there is no force that will ever pull me down. My love for Jesus will always be my guide. And I know that I will never leave him now. And I know that I will never leave him now.